Welcome to the 2020 Room of the Year virtual party hosted by University Housing at the University of Georgia. My name is Miya, and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight in this virtual space to celebrate the beauty, the excellence, and the creativity exemplified by the residents here at UGA. Each year, residents from far and wide put their design skills to the test in hopes of earning the coveted title of Room of the Year. To enter, residents must be currently living in one of the residence halls, snap up to 5 pictures of their space, and post them on Instagram for the world to see. After the pictures are posted, an elite team of housing professionals and student leaders meet to accomplish the impossible task of narrowing down the entries to a top 10. Once the top 10 are selected, their rooms are posted to the UGA Housing Instagram account, and it's up to the people to decide which room will be named the Room of the Year. 1 like equals 1 vote, and the competition is fierce. Tonight, we celebrate the creativity of all of our residents and the work each and every one puts into their space to truly make it a home. We have a lot of fun in store for you this evening, so grab some popcorn, sit back, and enjoy. First up, professional staff member Carrie is up to give us a little history on the Room of the Year competition.
Thanks, Maya. Hi, everyone. I'm Carrie Campbell, and I've been working for University Housing since 2012 as the Senior Public Relations Coordinator. If you've read an email from Housing, followed us on social media, visited our website, or seen our digital signs, that's some of the projects the PR team handles for Housing, including the Room of the Year contest. This is one of our favorite annual projects. For staff members who aren't among students often, it's a treat to see residents' creativity and how they turn their boring room into a comfortable home. 10 years ago, when most of you were baby bulldogs watching Phineas and Ferb and surviving elementary school, we launched our first Room of the Year competition just to give our residents a chance to show off their spaces. For some context, 10 years ago, everyone was watching Glee. The first iPad came out, and the H1N1 pandemic was declared over. So that kind of thing does happen. Fingers crossed. Back then, voting took place on Facebook, and the winner's only prize was first pick of their on-campus space for the following year. That was a big deal at the time, believe me. In 2015, we added superlative category winners, which we'll be revealing tonight. These winners may not have won the popular vote, but we believe they've earned some recognition for their hard work and ingenuity. In 2017, we moved the contest from Facebook to Instagram, which has been a great fit for Room of the Year due to the visual nature of the contest. 2 years ago, we hosted the first in-person Room of the Year party, and we're making another first this year by celebrating with a YouTube premiere. We're thrilled at how much the contest has grown. Y'all cast more than 6,500 votes this year. And now I'll give it back to Maya, who will give us a glimpse of some of the top 10 rings.
Thanks, Carrie. Now that you know a little bit more about the Room of the Year competition, it's time to take a virtual tour of the top 10 spaces. At the end of our journey around campus, it'll be time to officially announce the superlative winners and the official 2020 Room of the Year. Our first stop on the virtual tour is Creswell Hall to visit roommates Skyli and Emma and learn more about the story of their space.
I'm Skyli Alvarez.
And I'm Emma Russell.
And we're both freshmen living in Creswell at UGA.
The first thing we did when planning out our dorm was create a Pinterest mood board to get a sense of the design, aesthetic, and mood we were aiming to achieve. We looked at magazine catalogs from places like Anthropology and Urban Outfitters and started to piece together the image of our dream dorm.
We also took heavy influence from the mid-century modern design movement and bohemian chic style, and we really wanted to create a space that would be eccentric and expressive of our aesthetics.
My favorite part of the dorm is my desk. I have a lot of little knickknacks that have sentimental value and pictures of my family, so I always feel like they are close. I like how it is colorful and a great place to study, and I'm really into reading, so it's the perfect place to show off some of my favorite books that I brought with me from home.
My favorite area in our dorm is my vanity near the entrance of the room. I keep all of my staple pieces of jewelry on a stand. I love expressing myself through what I wear, so it's really important to me to have easy access to my fave accessories. I also have some photos of my friends and family up, as well as ephemera and any random photos and such that I come across and am drawn to for inspiration.
Our dorm is so cozy and homey, and we love what we did with this space.
That boba pillow was so cute. Great job, Skyli and Emma. Next up, we're going back down Baxter Street to Mell Hall to tour the subtle dinosaur-themed room of roommates Christina and Kate.
What's up? My name's Kate.
And I'm Christina.
Welcome to our crib. We are both the freshest of freshmen living in Mell Hall,
AKA the best hall on campus.
Our dorm room is our oasis in the pandemic desert. If you look carefully, you may catch some of the dinosaurs we have hidden throughout the room.
We had a lot of fun planning for and setting up our room. We knew we wanted light colors to keep our room bright.
We also knew that we wanted a lot of hidden storage.
My favorite addition to our room is our sink area. We designed and got some family help to build some shelves and cabinets to go around our sink, and they are so helpful in organizing and decorating.
My favorite part is the wooden kitchen unit, which is also homemade. It has enough space to hold our microwave, fridge, and printer, as well as all our food, dishes, and silverware.
We really love the natural light that comes into our room each morning, even though Kate makes me close the blinds.
The sun hurts my eyes.
I usually open the blinds in the morning anyways. Because we wanted to maximize space, we use a projector and speakers instead of a TV to watch movies. We like to project movies onto our ceiling and closet.
We really enjoy watching movies.
We hung up starlights behind our futon which twinkle.
Other things that brighten our room include our homemade bulldog lamp, festive pillows, plants, and our jack-o'-lantern.
Our rug complements the color scheme throughout our room.
My roommate loves to lay on the rug, given its comfiness. I prefer the futon and ottoman.
Yesterday we bought a dinosaur piñata to add to our already existing but subtle dinosaur theme.
Thank you for touring our room. It's been a pleasure.
Don't be a stranger now.
Signing off, Kate
and Christina.
Did y'all see those shelves and cabinets by the sink? Wow, great job, Christina and Kate. For our next stop on the tour, we're headed back up the hill to newly renovated Brumby Hall to catch up with roommates Noah and Ben.
Hey everyone, my name is Noah.
And my name is Ben.
And we have the privilege of living in Brumby Hall, room 748. The room we ended up with today is by no means the original plan we had at all. At the beginning of the summer, when it was time to choose our space, we really wanted to make it into Brumby with all the fancy new renovations. However, the only space available at the time of our appointment was on the 5th floor of Creswell.
Before we jump ship completely with Brumby, I had the idea to put our names on the wait list, just in case.
Although a little bummed, we immediately started dreaming about what our dorm room would look like in the fall. Literally 2 weeks before I was due to move in, Ben starts blowing up my phone saying we got a room in Brumby.
With this new opportunity to live in Brumby, Noah and I spent hours on FaceTime trying to figure out how on earth we were supposed to redesign our room to fit into the weird shape of 748.
Anyways, enough with the backstory and more about the room itself.
I guess you could say we have a smart dorm. We're both really into tech things, so I knew I wanted to be able to control our room from the comfort of our phones.
I thought the smart dorm idea was cool, but the price tag wasn't. Thankfully though, we were able to find some gadgets at some low costs.
By talking to Siri, we can control all the lights in our room. Since we could
Hey,
do
Siri,
this,
good morning.
we could change our room to fit whatever scenario we were in, whether studying or watching TV.
My favorite part
Siri,
of the dorm
goodbye.
would have to be the ability to control the lights, even the TV, from my bed, with my second favorite part being the coffee station.
Those are pretty cool, but my favorite part of the room is the fact that we have our own bathroom. One of the main reasons we switched from Creswell was when we realized the room we were offered had its own bathroom, which has been a great thing to have.
The only design element that actually survived the transition from our Creswell room to the Brumby room was the overall UGA theme. Go Dogs! Thank you so much for visiting our room here in Brumby Hall.
And for your support in the 2020 Room of the Year competition.
Hey Siri, good morning. Hey Siri, are you there? Guess it doesn't work. Anyway, great job, Noah and Ben. Next up, Russell Hall to tour the room of longtime besties turned roommates Lillie and Gracie.
Hi, and welcome to our room.
My name is Gracie.
And my name is Lillie, and we live in Russell Hall. We have been besties since we were 3 years old, and we have always dreamed of being roomies. When we both decided to go to UGA, we immediately started planning our perfect dorm room. We wanted our room to maximize every square inch of storage space and make our room look light and airy.
We wanted people to say, wow, this room doesn't even look like a dorm room. It's huge, clean, and gorgeous. Not knowing exactly how we were going to get that reaction, we started browsing for futons without a set color scheme, but immediately knew we wanted to do light pink, white, gold, and cream, after finding a light pink futon that we both fell in love with.
2 of our absolute favorite pieces that we have in our dorm room are the pictures above our desk. Our best friend Juliana painted them for us as our graduation gift. They combine our room colors with some UGA spirit and are so special to us. We are also obsessed with our little chest under the window.
We bought the chest from IKEA, and Lily's dad added little bow knobs as a cute touch that draw attention to the window and bulldog lamp. This chest is the perfect place to put popcorn and other fun snacks to have a movie night.
The curtains over the wardrobe are a huge lifesaver because they hide away any mess inside and make the whole room look less cluttered. We also love having drawers for our shoes under the futon that are on wheels so we can easily pull them out and have an extra place for storage.
We had so much fun adding personal touches like pictures to our dorm room, especially choosing the pictures that we had together from preschool and beyond.
Blankets and throw pillows were our final touches to make the room feel so cozy and inviting.
We are so excited for everyone to see our room
and had so much fun planning it and seeing our vision come to life.
We cannot wait to have more fun memories in this room.
Go Dogs!
Do y'all feel that? Feels like friendship in that room. Great job, Lillie and Gracie. Next stop, Hill Hall to tour resident assistant Megan's cozy space.
Hi, my name is Megan Harris, and I am a sophomore RA living on the 3rd floor of Hill Hall. So I initially submitted my room for the Room of the Year competition because I thought it would be a fun way to engage my residents and to encourage them to submit their rooms as well. And I also was really happy with how my room turned out this year, so I thought it would be fun to try to showcase that. So I have my own room as a resident assistant, and it's kind of nice because I'm able to use one of the desks as a kitchen area. Basically, I set it up as a little kitchen. I put my blender, my toaster, my microwave, fridge, all my little things over there. So every morning I go over there and have coffee, and I don't know, it's just really nice having that little kitchen-y space. And then I also didn't really like the built-in metal cabinetry in Hill, the way it looked. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I just bought a bunch of construction paper, and I got it in some big sheets with big flowers printed on them, and then some smaller sheets which I cut up, and I stuck magnets to the back, and I was able to hang them up on the metal cabinetry and kind of make it look a lot nicer, which I was really happy with, and it was really cheap. The biggest thing I did for my room was I built a headboard for my bed because I was tired of my freshman year. I was always losing pillows off the back of my bed, or I would never have anything to lean against. So building my own headboard was actually a lot of fun. My dad helped me. And then as you can see, I really love plants and cool tones. So a lot of my things for my room have floral patterns and greenery.
Cost-effective room decor is the way to go. Thank you for sharing your space with us, Megan, and thank you for all you do to build community in Hill. For the next 3 rooms, we're going to let the vibes speak for themselves. First up, we head back to Creswell to tour MaryQuinn and Caroline's cool retreat, followed by Sarah and Lucinda's sweet digs at Building 1516, and rounding us out is Lacey and Amelia's sweet escape in Creswell. I am amazed at how great these spaces look. Great job to MaryQuinn, Caroline, Sarah, Lucinda, Lacey, and Amelia. Finalist number 9 takes us back over to Russell Hall, where roommates Catherine and Olivia have created a cozy space that's a perfect retreat from the stress of classes.
Hi, I'm Catherine.
Hi, I'm Olivia.
We're freshmen living in Russell Hall, and here is our room.
We randomly found each other on Instagram and decided to live together after a short conversation.
After a quick conversation about the theme we wanted for our room, we decided that we both loved a boho theme with whites, creams, and blues.
My favorite part of the room is our amazing sitting area. I could literally sit on the futon and prop my feet up on the ottoman all day long.
My favorite part of the room is the window in the AC unit area. Originally, we were bummed that the AC unit was on the floor, but after Olivia thought the pretty white curtains and a plant, I instantly fell in love with the look. One of our favorite things to do is to write each other sticky notes of encouragement or jokes and then put them on the other one's shelf.
We are loving living in Russell, and we are so glad that we got to share our room with you. Thank you for voting for us as finalists for the Room of the Year 2020.
Our last finalist comes to us from the beautiful Myers community. This is your finalist number 10, brought to you by roommates Caroline and Claire.
Hey y'all, we're Claire and Caroline, 2 freshmen who live in Myers. We decided to live with each other after speaking a little bit through Instagram and immediately began making plans on how we would decorate our room. We wanted to have an emphasis on cool colors and making the most out of such a compact space. If someone comes into our room, they're initially greeted by our little signs and the neon signs for the first letter of each of our names, C. We decided to make the room very parallel and separate it with a rug, table, and couch. For lighting, we got both desk lamps and we hung fairy lights from the whole room as opposed to the overpowering overhead lamp provided by the school. Caroline likes to stay connected with her family and friends from back home with the myriad of pictures above her bed. We both didn't want plain walls, so Claire has a poster of Yosemite to exemplify her love of nature and just being active outside. She tops it off with the poster of Frank Ocean, a musician who shows her more sentimental and intimate side. The posters of Bob's Burgers and Schitt's Creek from Caroline's side very obviously reveal her affinity for comedy and her tendency to laugh. Several plants around the room, our light blue fridge, and the bookshelf complete the overall aesthetic that we hope for. We clearly hope that our room will be a hub for our friends to hang out and chill before everything went down this summer. We've made the most of our situation and adjusted our original vision to create something we could truly enjoy.
Caroline and Claire, I'm thinking of starting an a cappella group, and we could really use your beautiful baritone voices. Send me an email and we'll talk. Thank you for sharing your spaces with us, and thank you to each and every person who submitted their room for this year's competition. And now, the time has finally come to announce our winners for the 2020 Room of the Year competition. In addition to naming the official Room of the Year, we will also be awarding 4 superlative prizes. Superlatives include Most Original, Best DIY, Most Spirited, and Best Use of Space. The winner of Most Original Room goes to... The winner of Best DIY Room goes to... The winner of Most Spirited Room goes to... winner of the room with the best use of space goes to... Congratulations to all of our superlative winners. Be on the lookout for an email with details on how you can retrieve your prize. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the winner of the 2020 Room of the Year competition goes to... Congratulations to all of our winners, and thank you to everyone who tuned in this evening to celebrate. Wishing each of you a restful evening. Remember to keep wearing your masks around people, and we'll see you next year for the 2021 Room of the Year competition. Go Dogs!